So, on the contrary, glaringly absent from so much post-election analysis is the pervasive influence of lobbies and super PACs, which Bernie also talked about this, over elections and messaging like crypto, APAC, big tech, and Wall Street. Lobbies that Democrats publicly embrace while they betray the interests of millions of Americans. APAC spent over $100 million in our elections this cycle for the very reason that their policies are unpopular, became the single largest source of Republican donor spending in Democratic primaries, and defeated two of the most working-class members of Congress. Crypto spent over $230 million to buy their influence and took out the only Democratic senator Ohio had, Sherrod Brown. Democrats refuse to fight either interest, instead pocketing their money just like they do with Wall Street, big oil, and big pharma. So now, the article says, time to purge. As long as the Democratic Party remains beholden to the same corporations and billionaires that everyday people see as responsible for their economic problems, the party will be for and by the elite. That's why Harris grew her support among voters making over $100,000 a year and lost support among voters making less than $100,000 a year. It goes without saying that Republican policies are hurtful to working class Americans, but Democrats represent a refusal to listen to voters, a refusal to think bigger, to think bolder, and to criticize the party's coziness with the wealthiest few. Republicans will continue to divide and conquer until we have the courage to actually fight for working people. The path forward for Democrats is not to be further out of touch with grassroots movements and working class people. It's listening to their priorities and actually building the bold, tangible visions and solutions that lift all boats. We can do that by uniting our communities at the grassroots level to build power and wield it on behalf of everyday people. The best way for everyday people is to believe their leaders are actually willing to fight for them in the halls of power is by electing everyday people into those seats. In any other sector of our economy, a failure this large would demand the firing of those in charge. So the path forward is clear for Democrats. Clean up shop and purge the party of the same establishment donors, pundits, and politicians that brought us another Trump presidency. Instead, be the party that rejects corporate money and influence, to send a clear message to the working class that we are not for sale, and we will always stand up to the wealthy elites raising your grocery prices, gas prices, and healthcare rates. Only then will we build a party that working class people actually see themselves in.